So it's Florida State weekend or week. Exciting times, man. It's always a fun rivalry. Going to Tallahassee, ending the season that way, and it's a great opportunity. The way I see it's a great opportunity to go into a top-ranked team on the road, and really make a statement. You know, it's our schedule in the ACC. We've missed some of the top teams, but that's just the way that the schedule worked out. But now we have an opportunity to show what we can do in Tallahassee against a rival. So just looking forward to it.
What do you think of ending the season like this with a win? Obviously, knowing what's on the line for this team, but what can it do for the mentality moving into the postseason for this group?
It's obviously it'd be a plus, right? Winning anytime, it's always a plus. But you look at the way we ended last year. I think we lost 7 of our last 8 games, and then went in and played well in the regional and a super regional. So, I mean, you take every win whenever you get them. The importance of when and where, it's just a win's a win. We go out there trying to win every game.
Is seeding a big thing? Is that something you guys are talking about, or is it just strictly go out and just try to win this?
Oh, that'll take care of itself. We do our part. We'll be, I guess mathematically we could still finish as high as 3. That means, we'd have to win all 3 games, and I guess Boston College might have to lose all 3 games. But all that matters right now is Thursday, winning Thursday. You can't sweep them unless you win Thursday. So Thursday's game is the only thing we're talking about, the only thing on our mind. Win Thursday, and we worry about Friday then.
Coach, you're facing one of the top pitchers in the ACC in Wes Mendez. Just how do you assess that matchup?
It's another tough pitcher, man. We got to do a good job, be disciplined. These are games that I've been talking about all season. No matter how good your offense is, you got to be able to manufacture runs. You're not going to sit there and just swing the bat and score runs off of good pitching, good defense, good teams. So we got to be able to yes, swing the bat, but we also have to be able to manufacture runs when that's what it's called to do. So.
You mentioned after Louisville just how AJ didn't have his stuff. Just how has he bounced back from that, and he's still going to be starting in this series?
Definitely still starting, yeah. As far as how he's bounced back, we'll see when he takes them out. I mean, it's just all we can really control as a player, as a pitcher, is the routine between starts. And to me, routines are very, very important because it gives you the best chance to be successful on game day. But really, only the big man upstairs knows what game day is going to be like and how you're going to feel. We control what we do in between. So for sure, he did his regular day after routine yesterday. He's going about his business today and getting ready for his next start.
Given the game that Alex had, are you willing to maybe play him again at first base?
Absolutely, man. Anything's open right now. I mean, it's whatever the best lineup we can put, the best 9 guys that we can put out on the field in wherever position, wherever batting order, whatever we feel gives us the best chance to win, that's what you're going to see.
And speaking of the last 9, the best 9 guys, just how is Kube? Just how's he feeling?
Day to day. I mean, he's not here today. He's still seeing doctors, and we're still trying to find out when we can get back into baseball activity. It's been a couple weeks now, maybe 3 weeks, where it's been no activity at all. So, with the type of injury he has, it's just rest first. There's not much you can do other than that, and it's just a matter of when we can start moving forward to baseball activity, rotational, strength training, things like that. So the longer he's out, the longer it's going to take him to get back once he starts those activities. So, your guess is as good as mine.
What's impressed you about Gabriel? Just the way he's come in, and obviously kind of been thrown in a tough position as well.
He's. Like I said, I was so happy for him because he was a guy that showed up to practice every day, worked hard, smile on his face, great attitude, and showed up to the park knowing he's behind Daniel Cuvée, an All-American. He knew he wasn't going to play, so it would have been very easy for him to take a year off and just kind of show up when he wanted, do what he wanted, and that was not the case. So when he got his opportunity, he ran with it, and he's doing a great job offensively. Defensively, he's made some mistakes, but he's not the only one on our roster making mistakes defensively. We're really swinging the bat well, has not been overmatched at all. He's faced some tough lefties. Of course, this is going to be the biggest test to this point. Florida has 2 tough lefties in the rotation, going game 1 and 2. So, but for now, I got to go off of what we've seen, and he's held his own and done a good job.
What is the concern?
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
On Daniel, just to follow up on that, you said he has to return to baseball activity. How long is that? Like, what's the quickest that could be? Like, he's cleared for baseball activity. Is it a week later he can play, or like what's that timeline depending?
I don't know. I know the longer he's out, the longer it's going to take to get back into those things. It's really going to be I don't know if it's a pain tolerance or not. But once he's cleared to start doing things, it's kind of, I'm going to say up to him. But everyone's different. Everybody's different. So I just don't know. There's no date that we're looking at, and there's no date circled on the calendar that okay, Kuwai's be back in the lineup this day. So I think once he gets cleared to do these things, and we see how he feels when he starts moving around, then we could kind of paint a better picture. And we're not gonna have a date. It might be okay, back half of the ACC tournament, or at some point in a regional, whatever it might be. But until he starts moving, there's just no sense in even trying to guess when he's back.
Coach, how'd you think Brylan looked out here today?
I'm sorry.
Brylan, how'd
Brian
you
looked
think
good. He looked very good. He swung the bat well. Moving around pretty good. He's still, ankles taped up, but he's moving around pretty well. So it's felt good about the way he looked.
What does it say about you've had a number of key guys in the lineup throughout the season, in and out. Just what does it say about your group that you guys are kind of in the position, at least that you're in, where you're at?
It's expected. We go into the season knowing there are going to be injuries. The unknown is who it's going to be. The other unknown is how it's going to affect the team in the lineup. I think we've done a great job of just kind of next man up, and the guy that's gotten the opportunity has taken advantage of it. So, yes, you'd have to go through a season with no injuries, but it shows a lot of perseverance and resilience in this team, and something that obviously I'm very high on, and a high quality. That's a quality that I deem very important, because you're going to go through it, regardless of who it is, when it is. You're going to go through it. So I'm really proud of the way we responded to this point.
With the still with the bullpen, you have your ups and downs. How do you try to assess that with a series like Florida State coming up?
I'm sorry, system?
Assess it.
Assess. Okay. That's the problem with the inconsistencies, right? I mean, you see the way those guys threw on Saturday, especially, and you get excited. And yeah, I told some of those guys, man, like now you're really in. But now I expect it all the time. If you do it once, you should be able to do it all the time, which I know it's not realistic. But they're capable of doing it. I've said it all along. Regardless of how good or bad they've looked, they're all capable of doing it. It's not a talent thing or an ability thing. It's just consistency. So it's tough to assess, and that's where the decision making comes into play. It's tough to make a decision because you just don't know what you're going to get. If you knew what they were going to do, it's an easy job. But it's a consistency, and there's a lot of young guys in that bullpen. So especially on the left side. But it's already May. They're not freshmen. In my eyes, they're not freshmen anymore. And we're going to need them to get to where we want to get to.
Coach, can you put into words what Rob has given you this season?
Not really, but I'll try. He's a guy. He's anchored our staff, man. He's come in and again, he was great in the fall, great in the spring. You can argue that he was our best guy, and it just kind of carried right into the season. Another guy went down with an injury and didn't miss the start though. He came in. Obviously was not at 100%. Came back a couple days early. Earlier than we wanted to after that ankle injury. But I mean, he got in there, gave us a chance to win, did his job, and he's just been, what a Friday night guy should be. Every time we take the field on a Friday night or Thursday night, whatever, first game of the series, we always have a chance to win, no matter who we're playing or what pitcher they have on the mound.
Just your thoughts on the freshman, Alonzo Dillon, now Gabe's in here. Just your thoughts on those three in particular, but just this class, kind of what you've seen and what they've given you all year.
You go back to some of the quotes from the fall. We got a very, very talented freshman class. I didn't see that, but the biggest problem I saw is how we're going to get them in the lineup because of some of the returners we had. But as you can see, when they got their opportunity, they've been great. Zoe has been great behind the plate. That's a really tough position to play as a catcher. We're fortunate to have, he played just about every midweek. He started back there, so he got some experience there. But it's a big difference, playing at FAU and then playing an ACC opponent on the road or wherever it might be. So he's done a great job really managing the game and the pitching staff. A lot more comes into that position than just swinging and catching and throwing. So he's done a good job there. And then Gabo and Dubovic, it's a great class.
JD, this time of the year, like you said, guys have to step up. You've seen guys come out of nowhere at this time of the year. Do you expect some of these guys that you're putting in different positions to?
I wouldn't use the word step up, right? I don't expect
them
them to be better than what they are. But it's this time of year, if we're going to go to where we need to go, they got to be at their best, the best version of themselves. Those guys try to step up and do more, and then they get in trouble. And I've always used the analogy or the example of Derek Jeter. He played, I think, 161 postseason games. He's known as, probably the best, postseason player, clutchest postseason player. And you go across his stats and his average regular season numbers, and you take his 161 postseason games, they're almost identical to one or two hits or runs or batting average points. He's the same player. Yet everybody remembers him for his postseason heroics. So, the lesson there is just be who you are, be the best version of yourself.
And you got to tell these kids that because they're kids.
The kids, but it happens to professional athletes. It happens to all of us in everything that we do. We try to live up to the stage and the moment. But you can't be any better than you are. Just be your best.
Been a part of a lot of in-state rivalry games. How fun are these, especially in the season?
They're fun, and the thing about them is that you're always going to remember them. You can remember they're good, you can remember they're bad. So you might as well make a good memory out of it, But it's a fun atmosphere. It's a fun place to play. it's something you're going to talk about for a long time. And so to me, it's just enjoy the moment, enjoy the opportunity to be there, and this is kind of what we've asked for. And this is, I know for me, this is what I prayed for. So when I have those bad days, I prayed to have this job. So you got to take the good with the bad, and for them, this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to play at the University of Miami, and part of playing at the University of Miami is playing against Florida and Florida State, and especially on the road. So enjoy it, take advantage of it, be your best, and let's see what happens.
And JD, what does it say about the ACC that you guys could be 3rd or 8th, after just 3 more games?
Yeah, it's that just shows how close every team is. It's anyone can beat anybody. If you don't show up, you're gonna get taken to the shed, I guess. But it's just it's a high quality conference that everybody can play. So and that proves it right there.
Coach, just to confirm, Rob, Laz, and then AJ, right? For starting today for the series?
It's still Monday, man. Give me another day. Give me another day. We can answer that tomorrow.
Coach, with the like you said earlier, you avoided most of the top of the ACC. What type of message do you think you can send to the ACC or even the rest of the country with this series upcoming?
That we belong in the top. I mean, we belong with those guys at the top. We're no different. We play the schedule that's handed to us. His schedules are done 3 years in advance. I mean, you can't control any of that. So just go out and win the games that you're supposed to win, and go out and I guess this weekend in particular is show that we belong in that top echelon of the conference.